And Tresca Forrester is with us from NZTA. What is the very latest with this bridge in Ashburton?
Thanks, Chris. So the bridge at State Highway 1, Ashburton River, is currently closed. And it closed this morning after drivers reported that it was slumping at the Ashburton end. It's a visible slump, as you've probably seen on the photos that are floating around. So at this stage, we've got our bridge engineers that have gone up from Christchurch, and they will be inspecting the bridge and then making a plan from there.
Okay. Initial indications do suggest, though, this bridge will be out of action for possibly days. Are we even talking weeks?
It's hard to say, Chris, and I know that information has gone out this morning based on some other contractors being at the bridge. We're really hesitant to say because we're really aware how much impact this has on the communities in Ashburton and the wider sort of supply chain. So there's other options in play as well. So we are going to work with the Ashburton District Council really closely because obviously the detours currently are all out of action due to the flood damage as well. So maybe, there's an option to pool resources. There's lots of innovative things that come out of when, times are tough. So we're really hoping to do that a little bit later this morning once we've heard back from our bridge engineers and we can talk to our partners.
So essentially, is it fair to say that any town that is south of Ashburton, you can't get there? There's no way to get there?
That's correct. And we've still actually got the highway closure from Timuka through to Hines, which we had in yesterday. We're hoping that'll come right today because that was just flood damage and those waters are receding. We've got our guys out on the road now just inspecting any damage or anything like that, and we're hoping to get that open a little later today.
That is some good news.
Going north to Ashburton though, you can't even get to Ashburton from there though.
You talk about some other options that may be available to NZTA. What are those options specifically?
They are damaged at the moment, but they are the road bridges
detours.
So there are three forks at Ashburton, Thompson's Track and the Arundel-Rakaia Gorge Bridge. Now they are managed by the Ashburton District Council, and I do understand they are damaged. So we will be having a chat with them a little later if we need that. The other options that could be on the table are that we will put a temporary speed limit on the bridge if we find it can actually still take some traffic. It might only be light vehicles only. There's so many different options to explore. There's just too soon to say which way we'll go.
It's a very fluid situation because, of course, this morning things seem to be okay, but things just change so fast. Talk me through some of the other major South Island roads that remain closed, that are expected to remain closed for the rest of the day.
Sure. So I guess the other one is the coast road, like State Highway 73, going up to Porters Pass. So that is still closed. And look, we've pretty much said that it'll be closed for the next 2 days with an update by around midday on Thursday. And that's because we're working on the bridge, reinstating the bridge approaches there. So that's what's happening in that road. So that road is completely closed and won't open till the very least at the end of Thursday. But we'll provide a bit of bigger updates sort of on Thursday where that's at. We're really conscious also it's Queen's Birthday weekend coming up. So we've got that in the back of our mind. So we're going to do our really, really best. The other road that is closed at the moment is from Darfield through to Menton. From Darfield through to the Rakaia Gorge, which is State Highway 77, and that has a wee bit of flood damage on it, but we're hoping possibly by the end of today we might get that open. What I think is a really key message, Chris, is that some of these roads are reopening, but they will still have probably temporary traffic management, which is lower speeds, and in some cases there probably will be some single lane sections across the highway. So while we open it, they will be of a lesser service than people are used to.
Of course. Tresca, with the state of local emergency still in play for the next several days, will that help NZTA crews get to where they need to get to faster? Because that's apparently what a state of emergency is all about, is allowing crews to get to destinations faster. But of course, you'll need the public's help with that, won't you?
We will indeed, and it does, and those powers do extend right across the board, not just to our agencies, but to all agencies, and it helps us. We absolutely work together across this, and so you've got the public health, you've got lifeline utilities like the goods and services, supermarkets, so you've got everything, but we're all in this together, and we will. This is what this, state of emergency is about. And, we're all Cantabrians and we all really, really care and we all really want to provide the best solution out of whatever we deal with.
Tresca Forrester, thank you so much for your time and thank you for your update.
No problem at all, Chris. Anytime.